Welcome to Bangkok Buzz, and you're right on time for Tales from the Bar with Big Tony. Sit down, settle in, and keep your elbows off the counter, unless you want someone's spilled chang all over your sleeve. I'm Big Tony, the grumpy old Yank who's been watching the circus come through the land of smiles for over 20 years. Now, I've seen all sorts: lost souls, hotshots, honeymooners, and the occasional bloke who can't find his own shoes. But tonight's story? Well, it's a real beauty. Stick around because by the end you ain't gonna know whether to laugh, cry, or double-check your own wedding ring. And hey, before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, throw us a like, and drop a comment below if you've ever seen love born out of pure chaos. Trust me, you won't want to miss the rest of this wild ride. Now let me set the stage. Picture my bar. Neon lights flickering, classic rock on the speakers, expats and tourists sweating into their drinks. It's Friday night, humidity thick enough to chew, and the only things moving faster than the ceiling fans are the bottles behind my counter. That's when our main act walks in. His name's Tommy, a red-faced Brit with arms like tree trunks and the attitude of a teacup poodle who thinks he's a Rottweiler. Behind Tommy trails his mate, Skinny Paul, so skinny you could post him in the mail. They weren't here 2 minutes before Tommy's got his eye glued to a table of backpackers, especially one, a brunette Aussie named Jess. She's got a laugh that could break glass and a glare that'd stop a tuk-tuk dead in traffic. Tommy, thinking he's Romeo with a Cockney accent, tries every line he's got. Jess naturally is not impressed. But Tommy's persistent, and after 3 tequila shots and a round of disastrous karaoke, the whole bar's tuned in to see whether Tommy'll win her over or get drenched in his own beer. Enter stage left, the real trouble. A German fella named Klaus, 6'4", looks like he could bend steel bars for fun, and happens to be Jess's ex. He's fresh off a plane and full of that "I'm here to fix my mistakes" energy. Klaus spots Tommy getting a bit too chummy with Jess and storms over, voice low and dangerous, like a thunderstorm about to wallop ya. Now, you might think this is heading for disaster, and you'd be right. But the universe? She loves a good twist. The conversation lasts about 2 sentences before Tommy, ever the diplomat, calls Klaus Hansel and suggests he go braid some lederhosen. Before you know it, our tables become a gladiator ring. Drinks flying, bar stools screeching, yours truly ducking behind the register and shouting to the girls to hide the whiskey. The fight's messy. No real punches land. Just a lot of flailing, shouting in 2 accents no one understands, and more spilled drinks than songkran. In the chaos, Jess tries to break it up and ends up on the floor, Tommy and Klaus both tripping over themselves to help her up. That's when magic, or madness, happens. They both grab her hand at the same time and all 3 look at each other, panting and laughing like they just ran a marathon. The whole bar freezes, waiting. Jess bursts out laughing, the kind that's contagious. You can feel the tension break as folks start clapping and jeering. Tommy, never one to miss his shot, drops to one knee, right there, covered in spilled whiskey and who knows what else. He blurts out, "Jess, will you marry me? I promise to only start bar fights for you." The whole place goes quiet, then bursts out in howls and cheers. You think she'd say no? Of course not. It's Thailand, baby. Anything's possible after midnight. Jess, laughing so hard she's wiping tears, says yes, but only if Klaus is the best man. That had the whole bar buying their next round, and me handing out free peanuts just for the spectacle. A week later, we hosted their engagement party, which looked a lot like any regular Friday night, only with more karaoke, less wrestling, and me wearing a tie for the first time since the millennium. Last I heard, the happy couple's still together, living somewhere in Phuket, probably trying to keep wedding crashers out of their living room. So, here's the moral, if you want one. When it comes to bars, love, and a little bit of chaos, sometimes a broken bottle leads to a diamond ring. You think this is about fun? Nah, mate, it's about bar tabs and broken promises. If you got a wild story or ever proposed after a scrap, let me know in the comments. Or better yet, come down for a drink and swap tales. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tune in next time for more mayhem. Only here on Bangkok Buzz, with me, Big Tony. Cheers.